The Thalmor think they're untouchable. So today I'm breaking into every Thalmor-owned location in Skyrim, stealing absolutely everything that isn't nailed down, and answering these 3 questions. How rich are the Thalmor in Skyrim? Are they richer than any of the cities in Skyrim? And how much skooma could I buy if I sold everything they own? First things first, let me explain how this works. I'll put a timestamp on screen if you already know, but for those that don't, here's the 30-second rundown. I stole every single item in every Thalmor-owned location in Skyrim. I stole everything from each member of the Thalmor in that location. I only looted static NPCs that exist in these set locations, so no patrols as they're theoretically infinite. I counted up all the physical gold separately from the value of all of the items. The value of what I stole was calculated using each item's base value as it appears in your inventory. For the purposes of level-dependent loot, I stole everything at level 1, and most importantly, this video was brought to you by the good people over on Patreon and my own little army of Tubelets, the members here on YouTube. Thank you all for your support, I could not do this without you. Right, with all of that out of the way, let's get into it and find out just how much loot these knife-eared bastards have got hidden away. Let's start big. First, the Thalmor Embassy. Usually, you only come here twice. Once during the quest Diplomatic Immunity, where you're tasked with rummaging around in the Thalmor stuff because Delphine thinks that the High Elf Gestapo might be responsible for bringing the magical lizards back. And the second time, when you come back to the embassy to convince Mummy Elenwyn to leave the Thalmor and the Civil War behind, run away with you, and get married, promising that you'll keep her safe from all the Stormcloaks by hiding her away in hell. The embassy itself is broken up into 7 sections. The barracks, the general outside area in front of the main building, the main embassy building, the courtyard, Elenwen's Solar, the dungeons beneath the Solar, and the cave beneath the dungeons beneath the Solar. We'll work our way through from front to back. Firstly, the barracks. This is where you'll find all the Thalmor that are off duty. I've scheduled these guys for early retirement, so we'll be back for them later. Within the building itself, there's exactly 2,000 gold worth of items and 264 physical septims. This includes an iron shield, some fine clothes, a few potions, a scroll of harmony worth 500 gold, a bunch of books, some potions, and some other miscellaneous items. There's not much to steal outside, only 24 golden items and 0 actual septims. The only items you can take out here are like snowberries. Much more lucrative, though, is the main embassy building. This is where you find Elenwyn and the other guests of her little gathering during the events of Diplomatic Immunity, as well as the kitchen and other rooms beyond where guests usually aren't permitted. Steal everything in the main building and you'll walk away with an additional 6,249 golden items and 131 septims. This includes a pile of fine clothes, enchanted robes, 19 potions of varying worth including 5 regeneration potions worth 1,555 gold just on their own, a ton of food and ingredients, and the usual stack of books and other miscellaneous items. Separating the main building from Elenwen's Solar is the courtyard. Much like the front of the embassy, there's nothing here but berries, 17 gold in items and 0 septims. Moving into Elenwen's Solar, however, and the numbers pick up again. This is where you'll find the High Elf interrogator Rolindil and his horrible little gremlin creature Gisser. Here you'll find an impressive 6,703 golden items and 153 septims. The value here mostly comes from the stacks of fine clothes and jewelry, as well as a ton of expensive potions on top of the usual nonsense you'll find in any other building. Beneath the Solar, you'll find the dungeon, where prisoners are chained up and interrogated. There's only one prisoner here at the moment, don't worry, we'll be back for him in a sec. There's not much loot down here, sadly, only 695 in items and 85 septims. Just one last place to check. The cave beneath the dungeon beneath the Solar is home to few items of little worth or interest, except for an unusual gem. Don't pick it up, it's not worth it. There's also a frost troll, but don't worry about him. That just leaves the NPCs. Once you kill and loot every single NPC in the embassy, especially Elenwyn, all of the items in everyone's inventories are worth 9,837 gold in items and 80 septims. This value comes from the 10 sets of elven armor, a bunch of weapons, jewelry, potions, 2 scrolls worth 500 gold each, 8 sets of enchanted robes, and a ring of minor destruction. Oh, and one pair of trousers from Etienne. When everything is tallied up, the Thalmor embassy and everyone in it is worth a grand total of 25,986 golds worth of items and 741 septims, giving us a combined total of 26,727 gold. That's more than the entire worth of Falkreath, Morthal, or Dawnstar. Next up, Northwatch Keep. Unless you stumble across this place by accident, chances are you'll visit Northwatch Keep for the first and probably only time during the events of the quest Missing in Action, where Fralia Greymane tasks you with saving her son Thorold after he's abducted by the Thalmor. Northwatch Keep consists of only one building, so we'll work our way in, starting from outside, then grabbing everything inside, then looping back around and killing all the NPCs. First off, the exterior has almost nothing to write home about, 99 gold worth of items and 0 physical septims. This value comes from 1 steel mace and some berries you can find growing around outside. Moving into the keep, however, there's a lot more to steal. The keep runs down into the earth, so it's much bigger than it looks from the outside. There's bedrooms, a bar, prison cells, an interrogation chamber, and much more. Here you'll find 3,346 golden items and 174 septims. This value largely comes from a collection of steel weapons, a few potions, some jewelry and fine clothes, and a flawed Vala stone worth 1,000 gold. Looping back around to kill all the NPCs, mostly Thalmor, but let's include the prisoners just to be thorough. Their stuff is worth 6,564 golden items and 70 septims. Much like the NPCs in the embassy, this value is made up primarily of 16 sets of armor, weapons, enchanted robes, and a collection of potions. Altogether, this gives Northwatch Keep a total value of 10,009 golden items and 244 septims, for a combined total of 10,253 gold. This brings our running total so far to 36,980 gold. Next up, the Thalmor headquarters in Solitude. I've already looted this building as part of my video looting all of Solitude. Go and watch that after this, it's pretty good. All 3 times I've been here, there's been no Thalmor here, so no NPCs to steal from this time around. As for items, there's 3,926 gold worth of items and 86 septims. There's a number of books and a small selection of weapons here, but the bulk of the value comes from just a ton of expensive potions, like everywhere. This gives the Thalmor HQ a combined value of 4,010 gold and brings our running total up to 40,990 gold. At this point, there are no more buildings, hideouts, holds, or headquarters to raid that belong to the Thalmor, but that doesn't mean we're done just yet. We still have 2 very important people to pay a visit to. Firstly, Ondolamar in Markarth. Ondolamar is the head of the Justiciars in Skyrim and has been sent to the capital of the Reach to stamp out all remaining Talos worship. This is wholly unacceptable, so what we'll be doing instead is turning right at the Mournful Throne, turning off AI detection in console, heading up these stairs to where Ondolamar and his goons are spending the night, and beating him to death like the dog he is. Once we finish looting everything from the room and the elves, there's a total of 2,734 golden items and 65 septims. As always, this comes from armor, weapons, robes, as well as a handful of gems and a ring of minor health. Praise Talos. One more problem to take care of and we'll have the final total. We're going to Winterhold. Arncano was the advisor to Archmage Savos Aren at the College of Winterhold. Before his tragic and mysterious death 5 seconds ago, he was generally disliked by everyone and as such had been given the worst room in the entire college to sleep in. There's not much in his room to take, but I'm taking it anyway, praise Talos. All of Arncano's things are worth a total of only 560 golden items and 7 physical septims, with the bulk of that value being his robes, which are worth 410 gold. Now, with every Thalmor-controlled location looted and every prominent member of the Thalmor granted an early retirement, the totals are 43,215 golden items and 1,141 septims. This gives the Thalmor a total in-game wealth of 44,356 gold. As I mentioned, this makes the Thalmor richer than Falkreath, Morthal, or Dawnstar. In fact, it makes it richer than any two of them put together. And if the Thalmor were so inclined, they could sell everything they own and buy 1,774.24 bottles of skooma. Or Ondolamar, Unkano, and Elowin could stay at the Bannered Mare for 4 years and 18 days each. They could give every named NPC in Skyrim, including themselves, around 44 gold. They could pay the bullshit Valfheim Towers toll 221.78 times, or they could fund the inheritance payments for 98.56 dead spouses. What's the plural of spouse? Spice? Thank you all for watching, hit the subscribe button, and keep an eye out for more videos like this very soon. June is going to be a very busy month. My highest gratitude, as always, to our Turbo Deluxe Hyper Thane, Al Booba. Your support alone, Al, is ridiculous. Thank you. Oh, and thank you for the Steam key, by the way, you legend. Thank you to all of my wonderful Thanes of the City, Sniperlord696, Rubber T60, Remix 2000D, Narthrak, Febok, Legend Joey, and Gypsy Joe. Thank you. Thank you to all three of my coffee funders. My son is almost walking now, so I need coffee more than ever. Kyle B, Ross, and Wisp Mummy. And lastly, thank you to all of my tubelets, the members right here on YouTube. Remix 2000D, Sniperlord696, Kaiser Rabbit, Nathan Armstrong, Cami, Rubber T60, Excasius Fortis, Koyasu Nobara, Wizard Ho, Not Owly, Jocelyn Morph 1960, Aiden Mayakovsky 6860, Yeeted Waldo 6019, Ghost Gen Z, MH Matt 6606, and Zachary Smith 656. Thank you all. Right, what is it now? It's 20 past 12. I'm going to get another coffee. I've eaten the rest of the lasagna from movie night, but there is some grilled meat from yesterday's barbecue in the fridge, if you want that. Anyway, thanks for sticking around. Thank you for your support. Goodbye. See ya.